Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I wanted to make a video and do kind of like a chit chat and kind of catch up on things that have been going on. And yeah, so these videos that I make that are like sit down and talk is really just for me to look back on and see the year, see where I was at, kind of like reflect on who I am, what I'm doing, and how to improve. So yeah, while it might come off as like entertainment or any other type of video, it's really like for me. Or the family stuff, like the family videos, I really do that for like my daughter, so she can go back and watch the videos and yeah, have a little bit of memories. But anyways, let's get into this video. So where to begin? I'm gonna be 30 years old this year in November, and I feel like my mind shift has really shifted, for lack of a better word, because when I was like, I want to say 18 through 25, my mindset did shift, but not as much as it did from like 25 to now almost 30. The realizations that I've had, the things that I've been doing, just how I see life and what I want for my life has definitely changed a lot. And the things that I'm manifesting, the energy work that I'm doing, just overall. So with that being said, something fun that I've done was get quail birds. I really want a homestead in the future, where I'm growing my own rose garden, vegetable garden, herb garden, where I have chickens, turkeys, geese, ducks maybe. I'm more interested in the geese. But yeah, so I got quail birds and I keep them inside in an enclosure. I got 4 females and they do lay eggs. They're like button quails. And I got them to kind of start manifesting on this future homestead. And there's the neighbor's dog running. So cute. And so I got them with the intention that I'm manifesting for this homestead, but really figuring out if I love the idea of taking care of birds and animals. And I have cats. I grew up with dogs and I would love to get another dog. I love my cats. But yeah, I got the button quails and I'm so excited and I love them. They're so cute. And I'm just figuring out whether I like the responsibility, whether it's worth having the eggs. But what happens when you do things that you like and follow your passions, that I've realized, is that it opens you up to more abundance. So people say like, oh, you can't make a career out of art, you can't make a career out of singing, you can't do this, you can't do that. And they put these limitations. But when you follow your passions, your spirit, there's like this soul level of spiritual healing where abundance comes to you in many different forms, right? So if there's a tip I can give in this video to future me or anybody else that's watching, is that follow your passions, follow what you're wanting to try. If you want to get a bird, if you want to get a cat, if you want to get a dog, if you want to take up singing lessons, if you want to take up, I don't know, guitar lessons, piano lessons, flute lessons. Oh, that was another thing. I got a Native American flute and I'm so excited to start practicing that more when I have more time. So here shortly I will have some space of time that will open up where I can dedicate that time to learning the native flute. So yeah, just the tip of like following your passions. You have that, your soul is like calling you to something, like pay attention to it. Most of the time we restrict ourselves because it's like, oh, we don't have the money at this time, or we don't have the time right now, or something's like not aligning, but your soul is like, do this, and then you push it off. That's not good for the body, that's not good for the soul. And what I realized is that everything that's calling me and my soul is calling me to now was everything that my soul was calling to me 10 years ago. So it's like, oh, well, you know, if you're meant to do it, if you're supposed to do it, if that's, you can have hobbies, you can enjoy, it's okay. You don't have to push things off, right? I mean, obviously, so when all these things that my soul was calling me to, like the birds and the native flute and everything that I was interested in, where I was living at the time, it just like wasn't gonna work out because it just wasn't, right? But then I kind of forgot about that part of myself, and I'm making this really, really deep, and I'm not meaning to, but I'm just excited that now everything that my soul was calling me to do then, I'm now finally able to follow that and do that and have the time and be in a place where it's coming together. And so I'm so grateful for that. So anyways, I got quail birds. I'm so excited. I'm going to make another video of introducing you guys to my quail birds and my enclosure and what I get for them, what I do for them, how I keep it clean. Yeah, they're great. I love them. And then the native flute. Also, I want to take guitar up again. That was another thing. But there's only so many hours in the day where I'm just like, all right, I need time allotted to different things. I've been manifesting a lot. I've been journaling a lot. I've been meditating a lot. I do transcendental meditation, which I took a course back in 2020 with my dad and my sister. It was 2020 or 2021. No, I took the course in 2020. And back then I was only able to do meditation for maybe like 10 minutes, but now I want to meditate for like 30 minutes to an hour, because what I realized is that meditating, there's something that happens where it like jump starts everything and it makes things like go a little bit faster, or I see my manifestations coming to fruition much quicker. And I think it's because, so with transcendental meditation, for me personally, I'm not silencing my mind. I'm going through everything that's like in my subconscious mind, all my fears, all my, oh, there's an ant on my foot. All my fears, all my thoughts, everything on my to-do list. It brings it to the forefront. So that way, like the important stuff that I need to remember, I remember. And then the stuff that's not so important, ooh, this ant, oh my gosh. But the stuff that's like not so important, it kind of dispels it. And I realize, you know, thoughts are just visitors, and you know, that's that. So it basically calms your thoughts, and then you get super hyper focused. Not hyper focused, but like calm focused of what's worth your time, what's worth your energy, what's worth your attention, right? Because what you put your attention on, where attention goes, energy flows. So yes, that's the meditation. I've been doing a lot of Reiki energy healing. I love Reiki. I used to be scared of it because I did, like in 2018, I went to a Reiki specialist and I thought it was great. And I was having like a lot of migraine pain. And then the woman that I went to, who did it for me, like a few months later, she was saying she was having migraines, and she was having, then she developed cancer in her brain. And I was like, I internally thought, like, what if I gave my migraines to her? Because she did Reiki energy healing. What if I transferred that energy to her? And so I became scared of Reiki. And then recently, I got back into it this year and realized, that like, that wasn't my fault, right? I didn't need to internalize that. And energy healing is, I just, when you learn Reiki and you learn what it is, I was like, okay, I did not have anything to do with that. That was not my responsibility. It was just coincidental that I was having migraines, and then I went for therapy, or I went to the Reiki energy healing, and then that unfortunately happened to the specialist, or the energy Reiki practitioner, whatever the title for her was. So it was just coincidental. And another thing, I've realized that a lot of things that have been programmed onto me from a young age of like what I should do, who I should be, how I should act, everything that wasn't me, I let it go. I've removed it. I have the wisdom now to realize that, yeah, that's not for me. And I'm not afraid to say that anymore. I'm like, no, this is what I want. And I'm not afraid to say of what I want either. And I don't know if it's like an age thing or a wisdom thing or a what, but I was like, okay. Also, I'm getting into shamanic energy healing as well, with like power animals, power guides, journeying on a spiritual soul level. I realized back when I was 19 years old, I astral projected unintentionally, and that scared the crap out of me, and I was like, I never want to do that ever again. But then I went through so much pain, I went through so much trauma, and I'm like grateful for it, because now it's like I can do that, and I'm not scared of it. Like everything that I went through that was like horrendous and traumatic at that time actually put me on the path of like where I'm supposed to be. And I know I'm supposed to do energy healing, and just be that like bridge from the physical to the spiritual world. And that's the stuff that I love. I love talking about it. I love energy. I love spirit, God. This is the stuff that ignites me. So yeah, definitely following passions. And so I took a Reiki course, and then I was trying to find a different Reiki practitioner, and I was basically telling her different things about my life, what I'm doing, blah, 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 and how I'm connected to animals and like meditations. And when I was doing like attunements for Reiki, everything that I was seeing. And this lady goes like, yeah, you're giving a shamanic spiritual healer. You need to do that. That's what I'm getting here. And then also recently, I had this download of this Reiki energy that came to me, and I was like, am I supposed to create my own Reiki energy healing form? Because I realized I connect very, very fast. I can feel and see pain in people's bodies, and I'll do free readings on TikTok. I'll do free readings for people that's like health related. And then when I was like scanning people for Reiki and animals, I connect very, very easy. I see where pain is in people, I see where pain is in animals, and I connect very, very easy. And I just know like this. And then I was kind of like, well, how can I help? What can I do? Well, I can do Reiki, right? And our bodies need deep, deep, deep relaxation, which Reiki energy healing is. It's this deep, deep cellular level relaxation of the body. And so when I was going through my level 1 Usui Reiki, I realized that this is at a time where everything was like chaotic in my life, and I was in nursing school, and or I was just like taking a break from nursing school, and my allergies, my health, everything was just up in the air. And then I did the energy healing, and my body just felt so relaxed, and I felt so calm. And everything that was not aligned or attuned, I could not be there. I could not be in its presence. I could not be around people that were low vibrational. I could not have conversations that were low vibrational. I could not eat foods that were low vibrational. That would be an example of that would be like fatty fast food. I just could not be in that energy. And since then, I've done animal Reiki. I've done, what other certifications have I gotten? There's been so many that I've studied. I've done holistic nutrition. I'm still studying holistic nutrition. I did like a holistic practitioner course that I love. And then now I'm doing the holistic nutrition, which I'm taking my time with it. I'm doing more of the shamanic energy healing. I've done a bunch of Reiki certifications. SSR, Sekhem Reiki, which is like an Egyptian Reiki. I felt called to that when I was doing my Usui. And I saw like the goddess for that. And I felt called to do the Egyptian, which is very, very strong, very powerful energy. And then there's Holy Fire Reiki, which I started that. But then when I was getting into that, I kind of saw my own attunement download from spirit, from the universe, of my own energy Reiki healing, which I'm like, okay, should I develop my own system? Because that was definitely a download from the universe. Anyways, so I did the Egyptian Reiki. I did Usui, which is Japanese. Then I did the Egyptian, and then I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot here. I did the animal Reiki. Then I did quantum healing. I was also doing quantum healing, which is energy healing. Kundalini. I did Kundalini, which is a serpent in your spine. I'm like terrified of snakes until recently, like 2 years ago, maybe last year, where I had a vision, and it helped me not be afraid of snakes anymore. But it's like if I go on a hike, if I go for a walk, if I go for a run and I'm out in nature and I start seeing, even if I'm at the beach and I start seeing snakes in my head and start getting like this feeling, I know that there's a snake nearby. And then almost immediately within like 30 minutes, I either hear there was a snake, I see snakes, or yeah. So, but recently I realized like they're a spirit guide animal for me. And to try and not be so afraid of them. Like I'm still scared of them, but anyways, did the Kundalini. I'm doing like a womb healing certification. I feel like there's more. There's more, but I can't remember off the top of my head right now. So I'm very excited with learning, and I love learning. I love reading. I'm so grateful to be able to like learn, read, write, because I love doing that. Like if I could just sit and learn and read about energy and healing and all these amazing ancient wisdom, I am spending my time doing that. What else is going on? I'm just excited. I'm grateful. Yeah, that's really everything that's going on right now. It's just like fueling my passion for love of learning. Maybe I'll get into poetry again. I thought about painting again, because I love abstract art and nature and green. And now I totally understand of like looking at a painting and a work of art and seeing like, how does this make me feel? What does this make me think of? I love that. So, what else? Oh, so I'm on a low histamine diet. So everything has to be super fresh. I don't eat pork. I don't eat beef. Right now I'm eating more of like white fish, like pollock, cod, not really so much cod, more pollock, and steelhead trout. I was eating salmon, but I'm trying to not eat salmon so much anymore. I'm keeping my diet very, very simple. I'm trying to cut out potatoes and just stick to like white rice. I realized that white rice I'm able to digest white and brown rice a lot easier. So it's foods that are easy on my digestive system. And I've considered maybe doing a semi-vegetarian diet where maybe some days I do more veggie, but I still want to keep chicken and white fish and steelhead trout in my diet, but trying to be more vegetarian and add more fruits, more vegetables, and just eat more of that. I've been loving mangoes recently. Mangoes, apples, blackberries, blueberries. I'm trying to cut out raspberries. Or just not cut out, but lower my intake of, because different vegetables, there's different vegetables I can have, there's different fruits that I can and can't have. So I'm just trying to like figure out my diet. And then also workout regimen. I need to develop a better workout routine where I'm exercising more. I've been putting on like YouTube. Oh, that was another thing. I got, I forget the name of it, but it's like vinyasa or vinsana yoga, something with that. Vinyasa, vinsana. I can't remember it, but I recently just purchased a course on doing this grounded flow yoga. And I'm excited to do that because I did that I think I went to Atlanta, or I went to Georgia, mountains of Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, on a goat farm, and did this style of yoga, and I loved it. And the lady was trained, my yoga instructor at the time, she was trained off the coast of Mexico. So I was like, okay, what kind of yoga do they do off the coast of Mexico? And then a Vinsana flow, something like that, where it's a very grounding, but it's also like a workout. So I'm excited to take that as well, do that, fit that into my schedule. So yeah, I'm really just focused on things that I'm passionate about. There's a lot of exciting things that are happening in my life. And I also love the fact that all of these changes are happening as I'm turning 30. It's a good time. I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Also sound healing. So that also goes with the native flute, but sound healing. So affirmations. Also I realized, so I had a Spotify account. And after canceling my membership to Spotify, I realized that music sounds better. Now that I'm not paying for it, it sounds better. Because when I was paying for it, I was like, I didn't want to listen to music. I was like, I'm not even using the app. I was playing maybe that one song over and over, and then I would get tired of it. But now that I'm not paying for Spotify and I just have my regular account with the ads, music sounds better. Anyways, so I'm listening to these affirmative, I think it's 430 hertz. Yeah. But I love the music that I'm listening to now. And more Native American. I want to do more traveling. I really want to go to Sequoia National Park. I need to go to, I don't know, maybe somewhere in Nova Scotia, somewhere up northeast in Oregon. I want to be surrounded by these huge pine trees. Yeah, I just want to be in a forest, like forest bathing. Definitely connecting to nature more. And yeah, What else? I'm really just like super excited about the Quail. Yeah, there's so many exciting things going on. Also keeping spaces clean, keeping yourself clean. I've been growing out my hair. I just dyed it recently. It was before like this reddish tint, but the red was coming out. It comes out fast, so I was like, let me just go to the chocolate. I took a picture on ChatGPT and I was like, okay, what is the hair color that would suit me the best? That would just like, yeah, lack of better words. And so ChatGPT was like, oh, this hair color. And I'm like, this definitely suits me. And then I also went on ChatGPT and I was like, what makeup? And again, anyways, I'm not gonna go into that, but I was like, what makeup would suit me the best? And so yeah, I have yet to buy that and try that. So maybe I'll do a video where it's like ChatGPT recommended these makeup brands and what do we think? And yeah. But anyways, I'm growing out my hair. I've been keeping it in a braid. I've been using rosemary shampoo and conditioner, and I make like this rosemary spray. And I've been trying to do more home care stuff, like natural, like hair masks. I've cut out everything with fragrance in it. I don't wear deodorant. And just making sure I naturally stay clean rather than fueling my body or like filling my body up with synthetic fragrance. I don't use laundry sheets anymore, scented detergents, all of that. I realized fake scents trigger migraines, trigger health issues. Like, I'm not doing it. Anyways, so yeah, taking care of my hair, growing it out. What else? Oh yeah, I want to do more of like natural hair masks. Maybe using, I don't know if I want to do banana and avocado. I gotta figure something else out that's more like Celtic, Eastern European tradition. That's another thing I'm excited about. Ancestry. So I got an Ancestry, is it Ancestry.com or Ancestry DNA? Something Ancestry. I got their kit for the DNA to figure out what percentage I am of what. And I'm so excited to like get my results because I was born in Russia, presumably Bryansk, Russia. And trying to figure out, seeing if like all this shamanic energy, spiritual stuff that I'm interested in has any tie to any of my background and like where I came from, because Siberia is, you know, right there, and all the European countries and my belief system and like who I am. And I think that's also the path I'm on right now. It's just like, who am I? Who I am, figuring that out. Like, I know who I am, but I'm letting go of everything that I'm not, and doing more of what makes my soul happy, what makes me super happy inside. And not even a happiness. It's not even like, I don't automatically believe that we're here to be happy. I believe that we're here to learn, we're here to help, we're here to grow. We're not going to be, you know, the purpose here is not to be like happy, but it's to be fulfilled, to be content, to find that peace. And I'm not trying to like find anything. It's just the soul is coming out, and that's what we're doing. Yeah. It's a beautiful day today. There was the Canadian fires earlier this week. So hopefully the weather improves. Hopefully the air quality improves. And yes, summer. It's summer. I do want to do a little bit more traveling, but probably later. Definitely want to go to the beach again. Maybe do like a cookout, grill out. I love grilling. I bought this portable grill. I haven't used it yet, but it's like a portable charcoal grill. Because I want to start making pollo a la brasa, or like Peruvian chicken, where it's basically broiled chicken, and you marinate it and then you put it over the charcoal, and I love doing that. And that's also kind of like manifesting for when I have my backyard patio, and that's something that I've been wanting to do for like 8 years. Like this is something that I've been wanting to do for 8 years, and I've just been putting it off. So we're not putting things off anymore. Charbroiled chicken, you know. And then maybe like Thanksgiving time, I'll make all this food and then give it to like a soup kitchen, or I'll do more research on that. But I try to do like every year, November, December, either make gift bags where I'm driving around giving bags of food, candy, drinks, sandwiches, to people that are homeless. But yeah, trying to figure out different ways to donate food and doing that. I love food. I went through like a spiritual thing when I had all my allergies. I realized like I was very gluttonous, and everything got put into perspective. Everything was put into perspective. And yeah, so now I donate with intention, and I realize I can help others with my love of food, or with my gratitude of food. So yeah, that's a little bit about what's going on currently. But I'm hoping to make more videos, getting more consistent on here. Maybe I'll be streaming on here more. I do stream on TikTok. I do offer spiritual readings on TikTok. I really want to do videos of like Reiki energy healing. I'm still trying to perfect it. I forget when I took a course in February, March, April was when I did a course. So I'm trying to do a little bit more, trying to figure out what my energy style is, what I'm going to be doing, what God wants me to do. And I want to do more Reiki videos on here. I would definitely want to offer the services on my other platforms. So yeah, a lot of things that I'm hoping, not just hoping, but planning. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment, share, like. It's the morning. I have to eat breakfast. I still have to do my meditation. I was so excited to get this video out that I was like, all right, I need to do this video before I do meditating. Because once I meditate, I'm probably gonna clear everything. Maybe not, I don't know. But I was like, I need to do the video, and then I need to relax and meditate and journal. So that's what I will be doing after getting some breakfast. But thank you. I'm so excited to see where everything goes and flows. Thank you, bye.